Hi everyone, Share Day Thursday. I thought I would come on and introduce myself to anyone who is new to the group, and thank you to whoever has been sharing my group because I'm getting lots of new people almost every day. Okay, so I'm Jody and I run Opening the Door on Private Practice and also Psychotherapy in Australia, which is specifically for learning about psychotherapy. Yeah, the reason I wanted to do this, I saw something this morning that wound me up, which is typically the case when, I want to get stuck in and do something, usually write a blog about something that annoys me. So I saw another coach say that one strategy is not good and that and that blogging is dead. And so, of course, being a prolific blogger, I wanted to come on and say a little bit about that. And what I thought I would do is ask ChatGPT what it thinks about blogging and whether it's still a good strategy to use. I believe it is. Like, even for example, doing this video, I went to sit down, the rain just bucketed down and it was so noisy in the background. And then we've got building work behind us and it was bang, 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 bang. And I used to find that when I had a podcast, it was always tricky to find the best time to do the podcast. So I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then staying up really late till like 11, 12 o'clock at night. And I find with blogging, you can start writing something or you can write some notes and then you can come back to it. Write some notes, come back to it. So anyway, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. So let me just share screen. Where are we? Where are we? Share. Okay, let's come on to here. And here we are. Blogging for business growth. Okay, so just before I logged on, I put in this question. Sorry, I've got my other glasses on. I can't read it properly. Yes, I wrote, is blogging still a useful business building strategy? Yes, blogging is still a highly useful business building strategy, but with some important updates in how it most effectively is used today. Here's a breakdown of why and how blogging remains relevant. So the first one is for SEO. Well-written blogs help your website rank higher on Google, increasing visibility and bringing in organic traffic. Builds authority and trust. So look, none of this has changed. This has been the same since I started blogging. I think it was 2012. So, clearly I've been at it for a long time and it is a long game, and it might actually say that later. Let's have a look and wait and see what it says. Okay, so good for relationship building. Blogs allow you to share your voice, values, personality, especially helpful in fields like therapy, coaching, and creative work, where people want to feel a connection. Content for other platforms. A blog can be repurposed. So that's something I say in one of my trainings, is that your website is your home ownership, and then your socials are your where you rent space. And sometimes socials die. Like, look at Twitter and the amount of work lots of people put into building their Twitter accounts, and now it's thanks to Elon Musk, dead. Well, there's a few diehards on there, but it's not what it once was. But your website will continue to flourish and grow. Okay, yes, so it's useful for media posts, email newsletters, lead magnets, and podcast or video scripts. So essentially, what I also say in my other training is that a podcast always has a blog with it. It's just called show notes. Supports the buyer journey. So blog content can gently guide someone from curiosity, consideration, decision, especially with strategic internal linking and calls to action. So what's changed? So this is the bit, in terms of, blogging will always change over time. Quality over quantity. So search engines now prioritize helpful and original content. So one of the things that I say in my AI training is that the more original your work is and the less you use AI for it, the more valuable it becomes. Because look, I just know, because I use AI almost every day for various bits and bobs, I can tell now when things are written by AI. And I've got two kids in high school who my daughter just did a group project, and she said, I can tell the other people in my group actually used AI. gets a bit stupid over time. And I'm sure there's programs that are much better than ChatGPT. So I'm not saying it's stupid overall, but it's just regurgitating other people's thoughts. And so one of the things about being a therapist is being authentic. So I'm always for writing one's own blogs, and I sometimes use it then to edit it, or can you tell me, can you give me a suggestion on how I can expand that a little bit? But it's always my own thinking first. Okay, multimedia content is key. So integrating visuals, infographics, short videos. Yep. Human and AI collaboration. Many successful business now use AI tools to help brainstorm, outline, or polish their blogs. See how it says brainstorm, outline, or polish? It doesn't say write blogs. Okay. It works best when paired with email marketing, which I also talk about in my workbook and my other course. Pro tip, what does it say here? If you're in a relationship-based or trust-based business, therapy, coaching, creative services, blogs that reflect your values, share stories, and answer the questions your ideal clients are asking can set you apart from competitors. So then I've put in here, oh no, it said something else. What have I put? Please find the best eating. Oh, so that's right. And then I thought, I wonder if people are using this to find therapists on the Northern Beaches or wherever you are. And I wonder if I come up, because I have ranked on the first page of Google for over, yeah, well, my daughter's 16, so she was 2.5 when she came. So it'd be about, since then, it'd be about 12, 14 years I ranked on the first page of Google. And that was through blogging. And again, end game. It wasn't straight away. So it says here, certainly, here, oh, so I've put in, please find me the best eating disorder therapist on the Northern Beaches. And sorry, these glasses, I can't read that properly. Anyway, it's not me, so that doesn't matter. The second one, there I am, Jodie Gale, soul-centered psychotherapist. And then it brings up saying a pack for registered psychotherapists and trauma-informed eating disorder specialists. Jodie provides therapeutic counselling and coaching, focusing on women's emotional and psychological well-being. So, I mean, I was quite impressed when that came up with me on that list, to be honest, because I've never paid for SEO ever, but I'm a prolific blogger. Now, I'm not sure if it's this one or the next one. So the next one I said, please find me the best trauma and inner child therapist on the Northern Beaches. And I ranked #1. And then I was so excited, Daniela Macaulay, Gestalt psychotherapist in our group, ranks #2. And I wouldn't be surprised if she overtakes me soon, because she blogs a lot more now than I do. But I know for a fact that Daniela blogs a lot, and I reckon that's how she got there. So yay, Daniela. So excited to see you there. And then I put in, please find me the best mother-daughter therapist on the Northern Beaches. So the reason I've used this is because while eating disorders is my niche, and that's the top of the iceberg, underneath that I'm working with trauma, inner child work, mother-daughter relationships, narcissistic mother, all those kind of topics that come up a lot in eating disorder therapy. So I predominantly work with those underlying issues. Please, yes, so please find me mother-daughter. And there I am again at #1. Now, that is because that actual blog, the mother-daughter relationship blog, sends more people to my website than any other route. It just does. It was in, I can't remember, Clio or Cosmopolitan magazine, one of the last hard copy episodes of the magazine. And they interviewed me, and they only used one little sentence out of like a whole page of stuff. I thought, well, stuff that, I'm going to go and write myself a blog about it. And it has been a really great lead into my website. Okay, so then I decided to ask, what determines why you listed these people, and does it have anything to do with blogging? And it says, great question, and very insightful to connect it back to blogging. So why I listed those therapists, I selected the therapists based on a combination of the following: public visibility. These therapists appeared prominently in search results for terms like mother-daughter therapist Northern Beaches or trauma and inner child Northern Beaches. That means they have a solid online presence, either through their own website, directories, or professional profiles. Now, notice that actually doesn't say on Instagram, on Facebook. That to me reads that it's it's more about online content outside of social media. I could be wrong, but the fact that it says website first. So that to me, again, says that a website is your number one asset apart from yourself and your training. Okay, the second one, specialization. Their websites, bios, or clinical descriptions clearly state that they work with mother-daughter relationships, inner child work, trauma and attachment healing. Again, I have written numerous blogs on all of these topics. These areas of focus aligned directly with your request. Professionalism and approach. I favoured those registered and reputable professional bodies like PACFA or APRA. Wow, I had no idea. That is really interesting. I favoured those registered with reputable professional bodies. So this is really interesting. That's the first time I've known this, because there's a lot of talk lately of not being registered with anyone. And so once again, you can see that Google, even ChatGPT, who's a bit lapsy-daisy, actually prefers people who are registered with a reputable body. So that's interesting. I'm going to send that to PACFA and let them know that. So that's really good. Geographic relevance. They are all located in Sydney's Northern Beaches, which you specified. Okay. And yes, blogging often plays a role in why they showed up. Here's how. Therapists who blog well tend to appear higher in search results. Blogging builds SEO, helping search engines match them to specific client queries like mother-daughter therapist Northern Beaches. Blogs also build credibility, something I've always said. If a therapist writes a helpful post on, say, healing the mother wound, which I have, and I think Jerry Suter might have written one on that as well. She's not on the Northern Beaches though, she's in Victoria. It builds trust and authority. Readers like the therapist, readers feel like the therapist understands them. Blogs often contain keywords naturally: inner child healing, mother-daughter dynamics, or trauma counselling, which search engines use to match content like with yours. To sum it up, yes, blogging is still a powerful business strategy, especially for therapists. The fact that these professionals came up in my search is partly because they've built a visible and trustworthy online presence, often through blogging and related content marketing. If you're a therapist yourself and wondering whether to blog or how to get noticed online, I'd be happy to help you strategize. Let me know. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing there. There I am back there. So that to me says that not that ChatGPT is the be all and end all, but I was really surprised by when I did the search. I wasn't surprised about whether blogging is still relevant. I know it is. I still get I think the last time I blogged on jodygale.com was at least a few months ago, and I used to blog fortnightly in the beginning. So even though I've been a bit of a slacker with that, I'm still getting 3 to 4 inquiries every week for my counselling practice. But most importantly, at the moment, my psychosyntheses.online website, which is for therapists, I would have thought people from my group would seek out coaching with me. Almost everyone that comes to coaching, look, I reckon it's about 50-50 now, actually. 50% from this group. The other 50% come because they've read one of my blogs on therapy, how to find a therapist, why you should join an association. What else have I got in there? Some supervision-y sort of issues around what is it, like how to set the frame in your practice, how to work with people in fat bodies, all that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do, seeing as it's Share Day Thursday, I'm going to put a link to my products that would best help you get blogging. And I've got 3 or 4 now. I think all of those together, you would be right, like to really go. If you have been blogging and you're not gaining traction, I don't think you're probably speaking to your ideal client properly, or there's something else that needs some work. It's not that blogging is a fail. It's something around your ideal client, or it could even be a professional photo. I just noticed lovely Karen Byman, happy birthday for yesterday. She had some photos done recently, and I always felt her photos were really nice on her website anyway, but it really elevated, and I don't think she paid a lot of money. I think it was just like maybe 5 photos or something that she had done. So it could be things like that. Sometimes I look at photos and I think, oh, that really does look like a selfie, and the lighting isn't great and all that kind of stuff. So that is one thing that I really invested in, with some great photos. Okay, that's all. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments, and hi to all the new people. Stop.